fresh off of another provincial championship, young Friar Chris Wyman.
Certainly gets everybody's attention.
Oh yay!
Oh, yeah.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Great heed, all you in attendance, this most special unveiling. It is recognized that all of us assembled here for a special peace gathering in celebration of the unveiling of Kingston's first Rotary Peace Pole. This joint initiative between the Rotary Club of Kingston, Rotary Club of Kingston-Frontenac, Rotary Club of Cataraqui-Kingston, and the Rotary Club of Kingston Waterfront reflects the shared commitment of all Kingston service clubs and collaboration. This marks an important milestone in the city's commitment to fostering a more peaceful and inclusive community. This ceremony brings together community members, local leaders, and Rotarians to recognize Rotary's ongoing commitment to building peace, both locally and around the world. The Peace Pole, bearing the message, may peace prevail on earth, in multiple languages, will serve as a permanent symbol of hope, unity, friendship, and understanding among all people. The Peace Pole is more than a monument. It is a daily reminder that peace begins with each of us. Its presence will inspire meaningful conversations, kindness, and a collective commitment to creating a more peaceful community. Now, without further ado, let the ceremonies commence!
Thank you, Chris. Chris has to run off because he has to work for a living, too. Steph Fox-Comer would like to do a land acknowledgement. Where is Steph? Oh, here she is.
Before we begin, as a white settler and as a Rotarian, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the land on which we gather today. We are meeting on the traditional territories of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Huron-Wendat people. I'm grateful to live and work as an uninvited guest on these lands and to benefit from the care, wisdom, and stewardship that Indigenous peoples have shown here for countless generations. We recognize and honor the Indigenous communities who continue to call this place home, including the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, the Métis, the Inuit, and many other First Nation peoples. Their history, their culture, and contributions continue to shape this community in important ways. This area is part of the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, an agreement that encourages people to share the land and its resources in a spirit of peace, respect, and responsibility. Those values feel especially meaningful as we gather to dedicate a Rotary Peace Pole. A land acknowledgement is not only about recognizing history, it's also about recognizing the truth of our shared past and our responsibility to build a better future. We remember the children who never returned home from residential schools, those whose graves continue to be found, and the families and communities who continue to carry that loss. We also recognize the ongoing need for justice for missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and two-spirited people. As Rotarians, we believe that peace begins locally, through understanding, kindness, respect, and service to others. The Peace Pole we dedicate today is a simple but powerful symbol of that commitment. It reminds us that peace is built on conversation, acts of service, and collaboration with communities. As we gather around the Peace Bowl, may we recommit ourselves to reconciliation, to friendship, and mutual respect. And as Rotarians, may we continue to create the lasting impact by building stronger communities, fostering understanding, and working together in a more peaceful and just world. Miigwech, Niawen, and thank you.
Is Grandma Kate here? She's supposed to be bringing greetings. Well, we'll fit her in afterwards. So welcome everyone to the public unveiling of the first, and I say first, Rotary Peace Bowl in the city of Kingston. This is a cooperative effort of all 4 Rotary clubs in the city. I want to start by thanking the members of the 4 clubs who have supported this effort. And a big thank you has to go out to the city of Kingston, who have supported us along the way. Councillor Brandon Tozo for putting forward the motion to place the Peace Bowl. Mayor Patterson for seconding the motion, and the rest of council who unanimously supported this effort. A big thanks as well from city staff, from several departments who met with us and made the process really easy. And I was out here when they were finishing up this morning, and if you're not standing in any goose poop, it's because of our parks people who are vacuuming it up and washing it off the sidewalk. So a big thank you to them.
Here, here.
Also, I do want to mention the support that we have received from District 7040, from our past District Governor Graham, Gerhard Peters, who is the Peace Bowl guy in 7040, for his help and guidance. And so a round of applause for those Rotarians. So you may ask, why a Peace Bowl? The simple answer is that Rotary Peace Bowls are tangible symbols of one of Rotary's causes, peace and conflict resolution. And if you don't know, Rotarians had a big hand in establishing the United Nations after World War II. They were consulted thoroughly. But it's much more than that. Our international president, Yinka Babaloa from Nigeria, has selected Build Lasting Impact for his overriding message to this Rotary year. He has urged us to consider peace in every project that we undertake. How does this create the conditions for peace? We can't have peace in the world, or on the world, or in the world, or in our community if anyone is hungry, homeless, or unable to access clean water, education, health care, or a healthy environment. Peace infuses all of our work in Rotary. Peace is the ultimate way to create lasting impact. So I'd like to turn the microphone over for a few minutes to Mayor Brian Patterson.
Well, thanks. Thank you very much, John. Good afternoon, everybody. It's such a pleasure to join all of you here today for a very significant moment for our community. And again, that's a big thank you to Rotary. I often say this, the Kingstonians is very fortunate to have not one, not two, not three, but 4 active Rotary groups, all full of committed Rotarians. And you guys are always working so hard to be able to make our community better, to find ways to find that local impact. And I just can't tell you enough about how much I appreciate all of you and your heart wanting to serve and to improve the lives of everyone in our community. I still remember when I first heard about the proposal for a peace bowl, and I thought, man, what a great project. I mean, the message of peace is always important. But I think we can agree that in our world today, I think that this message is more important now than it has been in generations. And I just think it is so timely, and certainly just a real privilege for Councillor Tozo and myself and the rest of council to be able to support We had some discussions back and forth on what would be the best location, but I personally think this is a fantastic spot here on our waterfront, in a space where thousands of residents and visitors and students all will pass by. So if you wanted a vision of a peace pole that would speak to people day in and day out for years to come in our community, you got that location here. And I heard your comment, John, about it's the first peace pole, and I know there are probably plans and thoughts about putting them in other places as well, which of course we're happy to discuss with you on that. But I think what a great step forward, and so it's a real privilege to join you in the official unveiling. Marcy McMullen has told me that she and I have the official duty to unveil the peace pole. And
Brandon, you're stepping in for me.
Okay, I'm sitting in.
Brandon,
okay,
stepping
Brandon.
in for me.
Okay, Brandon and I are going to do it. That's great. Awesome.
Thank you.
So get your cameras ready, and we're happy to make it official.
All right, let's go. So here we go. Pretty good. They're doing not a bad job for guys that
There you go.
well done, boys.
Thank you, Mayor Patterson. I understand that you have to rush off to another engagement, but that is, I'm really happy that you are here with us. Thank you for your support. Our, for those of you who don't know, our Rotary district spans 2 countries and 2 provinces within Canada. From the north in the upper Ottawa Valley and Nunavut, in the west to Napanee, in the east to the Montreal area, and in the south to Lake Placid. But so it's a very multicultural district. So here to bring greetings on behalf of Rotary District 7040, my friend Graham Fraser, past district governor.
Thank you, John. He's gone, but I will mention your worship, Mayor Patterson, fellow Rotarians and guests. Greetings from Rotary International and from District 7040 on this very special occasion. I'm here today representing our current district governor, Barbara Fisk, as well as Rotary International itself. The peace pole that you see that has been unveiled is one of many that has been popping up all over our district in the last few years, and is a symbol of Rotary's continued dedication to encouraging discussions around peace. In fact, there are over 200,000 poles all around the world. Peace is one of our 7 areas of focus, and peace building and conflict prevention is an area that Rotarians support enthusiastically. This peace pole is meant not only to demonstrate our dedication, but to hopefully start discussions amongst people when they encounter them. Peace can start as easily as 2 people sharing their thoughts and listening to each other's point of view with an open heart. Rotary does much more than just planting poles in public places, as we have also established 8 peace centers around the world at prestigious universities. And at these institutions, we offer up to 170 fully funded fellowships per year. These fellowships include up to 50 spots for master's programs and up to 120 for certificate studies in peace and conflict management. Since 2002, over 1,800 people have graduated from these programs, and they now work in a variety of occupations and organizations. Those roles include things like research, law enforcement and military, government agencies, multilateral organizations, and almost 25% of them work in non-governmental organizations. These scholarships are fully funded by Rotary, with the ultimate goal being to spread peace around the world. Thank you all for attending today to witness the unveiling of this Peace Bowl that was initiated and supported by 4 Rotary clubs in Kingston. This is another example of Rotarians working together to make the world a better place. I would ask that when you leave today's ceremony, that you take with you a renewed desire to encourage peace between our neighbors, our cities, and the countries of the world. Help Rotary spread the word that peace is not only achievable, but is in fact imperative. Tell your friends and colleagues to visit this Peace Bowl. Enjoy the calming environment here in this beautiful, what a perfect spot to have this bowl. This beautiful corner of Kingston. Take a moment to reflect on how we can all start moving even closer to a world where peace becomes the norm. So thank you again. Congratulations to the City of Kingston and the 4 Kingston Rotary Clubs for this initiative. Thank you.
So next on the agenda, District Governor-elect Elsie Falkson is going to do a peace reading.
I believe that every Rotarian here and every Rotarian in the city is really proud of this moment. And I want to start by thanking all of you that make this possible. Thank you very much. It might seem impossible that our individual selves can affect the world, but if only we knew how much each of us mattered and how far we radiate what we hold in our hearts. It is a wonderful thing to imagine peace and to trust its possibility. Every day we have opportunities in our own lives to choose a peaceful, loving response over a fearful or angry one. The more I imagine a world at peace, the calmer I feel, and the clearer it is that we can say yes to and no to individually and collectively. Focusing on peace is not an abstract mind game. It is a strategy. It is a decision, and one within our power to make. And I would like to share with you the words of Michael Josephson, "What will matter? Ready or not, someday it will all come to an end. There will be no more sunrises, no minutes, hours, or days. Your wealth, fame, and power will shrivel to irrelevance. Your grudges, resentments, frustrations, and jealousies will finally disappear. So too, your hopes, ambitions, plans, and to-do lists will expire. The wins and losses that once seemed so important will fade away. It will not matter where you came from or what side of the tracks you lived on at the end. It will not matter whether you were beautiful or brilliant. Even your gender and skin color will be irrelevant. What will matter is not what you bought, but what you built. Not what you got, but what you gave. What will matter is not your success, but your significance. What will matter is every act of integrity, compassion, courage, or sacrifice that enriched, empowered, or encouraged others. What will matter is not your competence, but your character. What will matter is for what you will be remembered. Living a life that matters does not happen by accident. It is not a matter of circumstance, but of choice. Choose to live a life that matters. Thank you for listening.
Wonderful. That sounds very Rotarian-like, that message.
So LCB also has a little table over there with a poster card, I guess they call it. And she encourages everybody to sign the Pledge for Peace if you haven't signed it already. Bill, would you like to call up the speakers for the... This is the time, yeah. So, by the way, does anybody speak Portuguese? No, sorry. We don't have a Portuguese speaker.
First of all, I'd like to share a regret of someone that I really had hoped would be here. And our past district governor, Graham, spoke about the Rotary Peace Centers. One of our former members, who's a member of one of the Ottawa clubs, founding member, was a youth exchange student in her youth and very active in our youth exchange and building friendships around the world. Francine Allard, we had really hoped that she would be here because she, just as this pole, is fluent in 7 languages. And I know there are many languages spoken in this community, and represented on this pole are only 7 of those. And I thought it would be wonderful for us to hear, if we could, people who speak each of those languages to give us this wish in that language. And we're, I'm not sure if we will succeed in all of them, but we need to keep our ears open. And if there's another language that one of you speaks, we have microphones all around the circle here. Go up to one of the microphones and tell us your language that you speak. Offer this, may peace prevail on earth in your language, and tell us the connection between you and that language. So I'm also going to ask you just to move a little bit and let's make the circle wide. Let's just join all the way around, because when we do our peace song later, we need singers all the way around, and we have leaders to lead at each of the microphones, and we've got, we're going to try to cheat. We're not going to do this a cappella the first time. We have a track here that we'll play. So another, there are 2 languages represented here of our indigenous communities, and I learned a very important lesson in reaching out. First of all, President John reached out to the Kingston Native Center and Language Nest and said, well, we would like to have 2 indigenous languages represented on this peace pole. And they said, well, those should be Kanyakaha, which is the name as Mohawk, and it's not Rimoan or Ojibwe. And so one of our friends, Paul Carl, who's a community member of our national, regional and national committee, which has the reconciliation focus, I reached out to him and said, Paul, could you help us find some speakers of these languages? And what I learned is that it's not. Is that a little better? Okay. It's not that easy to find speakers of the language, and that made me realize that as Rotarians, any work that we can do as allies of our First Nations to support the continued development of their languages and learning those languages is very important. And one of the people that Paul connected me with was Nikki Alton, and she couldn't be with us today. I will meet with her later in the day, though, to continue the conversation. But she did provide us with a recording of a greeting for her, and she and her late husband have done and do a lot of work on language learning in in her home. And so I have a recording from her. It'll just take me a moment here. With a little bit of luck, I'll be able to play it. So just hang on a second and make the circle, even out the circle out is going, and I'll bring greetings from her in Redmond. So with a little bit of luck, we should hear this just a moment.
What's going on with London, Zewaguego? I send you all greetings and thanks. Dayo Sardunje mi yongyats, Nikki Radina Dunkwa Nene Johansa, Dana Otten de Waxanazare. My name is Dayo Sardunje. They call me Nikki in English, and my last name is Otten. Ganyanke Haga ni Wakwanjodan, Dana Waganyato, Wantege ni Wagano. I am Mohawk Turtle Clan from Tyandanaga. Algere, Jizewani Zerio Hawk, Nuwani Sarade, G Scotne, on Dizawahwit Nuni Nezawat Nagura, Nene Skona Oriwage. I hope that you all have a great day today as you gather your minds together around the business of peace. Niam hot dirty Huana Nuwani Saradenyo, G Aguego Skona Idewa Dunyawe, Chatdewani Sarage. It's of the utmost importance these days that we all keep peace in our thoughts every day. Wahagari Wanondo say, Aguahrori Jinio Ayero, Negiga Owana Soa, Skona Oriwa. I've been asked to tell you how to say these words of peace. Skona Ongohage None Unhun Jaguego. Keep peaceful thoughts all over the earth. Tok Nigawanage, Nyawak Goa, Dano Skona Ongohage. That's all the words. Thank you so much and continue to keep the peace.
So you heard the word skona, which is part of our song, the word for peace. And now I'd like to ask Andre Soucy. Where's Andre? Okay, Andre, over to one of the mics, please, and would you please read the message in French, and how is French one of your languages?
Well, French is my first language. I was born in Quebec and moved to Ontario a long time ago. And this reads, Puisse la paix régner dans le monde.
Thank you, Andre. And we also have a community member of our international committee who was born and raised in Kingston, but her family came from Sudan, and she has done a lot of work with refugee children in Egypt, and we're hoping that we can find a way as Rotary can work with her on that. And she was part of worked with the Community Foundation for quite a few years, and now she has a very special position with the city. Sua Ozma, tell us what that position is in the city, and then would you please read the peace message in Arabic and explain your connection with that language in your life. Sua.
Hi everyone, hopefully you can hear me. My title is I'm an advisor in the EI office, but it's not about me today. I speak Arabic because my background is Sudanese, so very fortunate to be asked and to be able to volunteer with Rotary. We're doing such wonderful work in the community and internationally. Oh, Rotary is amazing. That's what I was about to say. But I'm very thankful for a lot of the local work that is being done, but especially the community, the international work that's being done. Having being Sudanese and Canadian, it's deeply appreciative. And I've seen the impacts directly of Rotary in other communities internationally. So like I said, I'll be speaking the Arabic portion of this, which speaks As-salam lil-alam ajma'. And it's really interesting because it's also like an offering of peace. So as you say it and as you walk by, it's almost like you're offering peace to those with you. It's almost like you're offering peace to the community as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. And I hope that at our next gathering we will have someone whose language is Anishinaabe-Moan, and you will hear something like this. So Bekada Zolim is the word for peace that we will be singing in our song. And now is Lucille Davies. Oh, Francine is here. Francine. Oh, it's so great. I just shared regrets, but I'm so glad that you're here. Yes. Yeah, unfortunately, as John mentioned, we have celebrations of life for two of our family members. Francine, is one of your languages Portuguese? But would you come and read the word for peace in Portuguese? I'm sure it will be just fine. Fredo, potente. Fredo e verbo. And what about the Japanese word? Yeah, I need the plan for that one. Que paz prevalecer no mundo. And is Lucille here? Wonderful. So any microphone there, Lucille, please. Yeah, that one is fine. Yeah.
This one.
Oh, you have to see the words. Okay. Okay, over on that side.
Go to the microphone.
Right there.
And Lucille,
Does this work?
yes, it does. And your connection with Mandarin.
I'm a member of Rotary Club of Kingston. I was born in Shanghai, not so many years ago. So I speak Shanghai at home. I grew up in Hong Kong because we immigrated there when I was little. So I grew up in Hong Kong speaking Cantonese, and we speak Mandarin because that's the official language of China. So I feel very honored that Chinese is on this pole in Kingston, Ontario. So if I may read it in 3 languages. In Mandarin, 我们祝愿四家人里的和平。In Shanghai, 宇宙大家是个平。And in Cantonese, 我哋祝願世界人類的和平。
So the peace words then was He in Mandarin, He, and in Cantonese, okay, and in. So similar, if you listen carefully, there are similarities.
My grandmother only speaks Shanghai, cannot talk to my brother who only speaks Cantonese.
But the writing is similar, so they can communicate in writing then.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, and Lucille, one of our connections with Lucille was that in Rotary, one of the wonderful contributions was with youth. She led helped to found and led a very active Interact club at Frontenac Secondary School where she was a teacher. So it's wonderful to see you again. And our multilinguist Francine is back with yet one more language.
I looked it up to make sure I wouldn't make any mistakes in Japanese. Sekai Jinrui ga heiwa de arimasu yoni.
Thank you. And now, there must be other languages that people are connected with. Please introduce yourself and your connection with the language. Yes.
In German, it would be Möge der Frieden auf Erden herrschen. Frieden is the word for freedom or peace. And I lived in Switzerland, in the German-speaking part of Switzerland, for 6 years with my husband Fabrizio, who's wearing a Rotary T-shirt because I had one in his size.
Wonderful, thank you. Anyone else? Yes, please. Just move the microphone.
As a proud Canadian for over 72 years and a proud Kingstonian, I was born in the Netherlands, and so I will simply say that I was brought over by my parents when I was 11 years old, and 364 days became the day before my 12th birthday, which basically meant that my parents only paid a half-price ticket to get me here. And if you're Dutch, you know it means a lot. Let me just say, if I remember my Dutch correctly, laat de vrede komen over de hele wereld. Let peace come through the entire world.
Thank you. Oh, okay, Sherry. Oh, we've got lots of them. Okay, Sherry, please.
I speak Swedish because I was a Rotary exchange student 40 years ago, sponsored by the Rotary Club of Kingston. So, yay! So in Swedish, Mo Fred Rada Overvaben. Nice!
I think we have one more and then we... Oh, two more, okay.
And in American Sign Language, peace.
I was born and raised in South Africa, and my mother tongue is Afrikaans, which is 17th century Amsterdam Dutch. And this is how we would say it. Mag daar vrede wees op die hele aarde.
Spanish, quickly.
All right, Carol. I don't know how to say prevail in Spanish, but que tenemos la paz en el mundo.
A little delayed by some GPS issues, but Grandma Kate's going to bring greetings to us.
It's close. Sego Sewa Guedo's going to go agad. Kathy Brandt, yung gifts. Walks the real gig, and you go hug a good doggy. So we just said, Grandmother Kathy Brandt from trying to make a moment territory. And I sit with the Bear Clan in that territory in our ceremonial longhouse. But when I say that greeting is gonna go agad, hear that word skana, peace. So that means I'm not saying hello, I'm saying, do you carry that great peace? That's what our greeting is. Do you carry that great peace? So Sego's gonna go agad. That's what that is. And so I just want to let you know that as a Haudenosaunee grandmother, I model my way of doing this, what our cosmology dictates. And that's that I live by that great law of peace, and that I carry that good mind, that our teaching state can only come by way of a grateful heart. And it's with that grateful heart I offer these words in the spirit of this gathering today. So I bring to you this protocol of renewal, like starting fresh each day as we acknowledge everything in creation, here on earth and beyond. And this tradition teaches us that as human beings, that peace requires that gratitude. We are to be thankful for all of the living world. And by the way, peace will not come to all of the nations unless we first carry peace here in our hearts. So, and this is where I always remind people that we always thank the people first, because we are the most vulnerable. Creation can get along just fine without us, but without creation, we would cease to exist, and therefore, we are humble. And so, we must develop those relationships so we can start caring for one another, and then we can care for Mother Earth as that positive collective. So so we can heal the earth as we heal ourselves and each other. So I bring to you this very short version of the Thanksgiving address. So let us bring our hearts and minds together and offer greetings and thanks to the people we have been given the duty to live in balance and harmony with each other and all living things. And we are grateful that there's still so much love in the world, and now our minds are one. So when I say that, now our minds are one, I'm going to say that phrase a few times, and you're welcome to, in our language, to acknowledge what I've said. You can say toe, like a big toe, toe. You can say no, or you can say uh-huh. They're all very appropriate. And now we gather our hearts and minds together, and we offer greetings and thanks for all those things upon the earth, all the green and growing things, the medicines, the foods, the plants and trees, and the shrubs and grasses, and also to the waters and the life within the waters, and to our relatives, the animals, and also those insects who work their many wonders to bring us food and beautiful flowers. And now our minds are one. And now let us gather our hearts and minds together and offer greetings and thanks to all those things in the sky. The birds who sing their beautiful songs, the winds that come from the four directions, our elder brother the sun who's trying so hard to shine on us through the smoke and ash, our grandmother the moon and our grandfathers the thunderers and the stars in the heavens, and now our minds are one. And now we gather our hearts and minds together and offer our most choice greetings and thanks to Singuiatiso, creator of all things, and now our minds are one. And this is where I ask if there's anything that I have forgotten. I leave it to each of you to give such greetings and thanks in your own way, and now our minds are one. And now, in an effort to create, a better world for our grandchildren's grandchildren, I want you to remember that I believe that if we all look back as far as you can in your nation's origins, you will find a prayer, you will find a song, maybe a fire, and a drum. Because the first drum you heard was the sound of your mother's heartbeat in those 9 months in the womb. And so I'll leave you with that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Now we'll go and thank you.
Thanks, Grandmother Kate. So, this is the part of where we have to sing for our supper, Bill. Is that correct?
That's correct. We are the choir. So, do all of you have this beautiful card that Marcy printed for us? If not, hold up your hand and she'll give you one over here. All right. Now, I'm just going to make sure all our mics are working. So,
Oh, it's working.
Check.
This one is working. Hello. Okay. So we have some. We're all going to sing, and singing can be just speaking or sprech or whatever you could. But make sure you have the words. So we're going to practice the words first, just a little bit quickly, and then I have a recording here, and we're going to go through the whole song, each line twice. So that'll be our little warm up, and then we're going to do it not exactly as a rounder, but Alan's group over there, which is to the east. So you're going to sing that first line over and over again then. And then Margaret's group here to the south is going to sing the second line, both east and east and west. And then my group here prays for our mothers, our fathers, our sons, our daughters. And then Joan's group will be singing peace for all creatures, as Grandma Kate so beautifully reminded us, and peace for the whole earth. Okay, so we'll just practice saying this in rhythm. So we have the 7 peace names. So Bekadazoan, peace, salam, la paix, la paz, Again. Bekadazowen, peace, salam, la paix, paz, yeah, so I think it's you heard Cataraqui. All right. So then the next line, we'll just say in rhythm. Peace in east and west, peace in north and south. Peace is in you and me, peace is here today. Peace in east and west, peace in north and south. Peace is in you and me, peace is here today. Okay, and then? Peace for our mothers, peace for our fathers, peace for our sons, peace for our daughters. Again, peace for our mothers, peace for our fathers, peace for our sons, peace for our daughters, peace for all creatures, peace for the whole earth. Again. Peace for all creatures, peace for the whole earth. Okay, so that's the rehearsal for the words and the rhythm. And of course, there's a drum beat. Now, if I have a little in with my Bluetooth here and bringing this up, what you're going to hear is the starting note, which is a C, and you hear it on the piano, and it'll be 8 beats, so it'll be bum, 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 bum. And then we're going to sing this through the first line twice, second line twice, third line twice, fourth line twice. Okay? So all together, we're going to learn the whole song. After that, we're going to start again, and Alan's group is just going to sing the first line over and over and over again. And then when I give you a signal, then Margaret's going to start in, and your group will sing the second line over and over again. And then my group after that, and then with Joan with the fourth. And so at the end, we'll have all 4 parts together. But first, we're just going to do the whole thing through twice each line. And if I can see well enough here on my phone, this is wonderful. We're really grateful to Soundworks for this sound system here. It's battery operated, as you can see. So now, with a little bit of luck, I can find downwards. There we go. Okay, these songs. Open with. Now, if the connection is still there, it will start. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Peace, salam, la paix, la paz, peace, salam, la paix, la paz, peace in east and west, peace in north and south, peace is in you and me, peace is here today. Peace in east and west, peace in north and south, peace is in you and me, peace is here today. Peace for all mothers, peace for all fathers, peace for all sons, peace for all daughters, peace for all mothers, peace for all daughters, peace for all sons, peace for all daughters, peace for all creatures, peace for the whole earth, peace for all creatures, peace for the whole earth. So now we're going to get the beats again, and then Alan, your group will start. So, Bekadazowen, peace, salam, la paix, la paz, Pepinskanen. Bekadazowen, peace, salam, la paix, la paz, Pepinskanen. Peace in east and west, peace in north and south, peace is in you and me, peace is here today. Peace
from east and west, peace and love, peace is in you and me, peace is here today, peace and east and west, peace and love, peace is in you and me, peace is here today, peace and east and west, peace and love, peace is in you and me, peace is here today, peace and east and west, peace and love, peace is in you and me, peace is here today, peace and east and west, peace and love, peace is in you and me, peace is here today.
All right, give you some Okay, and then of course take this with you, and you can do it up a pitch, higher pitch or lower. You can, if you do it with other languages, change the rhythm and words to match, and then of course get someone who can play the drum. There we go. Thank you. What a great choir.
So you will notice on there that that is copyrighted. I don't want to see any garage band, ripped sampling of this for a rap tune. It was an interesting experience rehearsing this at Coco Fruity when we had our meeting the other day. I wonder what the other people in the restaurant thought about it. But thank you, Bill. Bill wrote this himself. He said that he wanted to sing a peace song, but he said he couldn't find anything that was appropriate. So it wasn't copyrighted. So he just wrote it himself. So thanks for that. So this ends the presentation. There's an open invitation to go to Margaritaville at the. Oh, sorry. There's one other thing. Sorry, flowers. Bill Beattie, talk about the flowers.
So, Marcy early this morning picked up these flowers, which I guess ended up being donated by Loblaws. So what we'd like you to do, if you have a flower, exchange it with somebody else. If you don't have a flower, or if you have a flower and somebody else doesn't, give them your flower, and just exchange a greeting of peace.
Okay, now can we just gather closer around the peace pole? I think we want to get a picture.
Okay, folks, gather around the peace pole. We'll try and get a picture.